Guys, some interesting Nintendo news has become apparent recently, and I definitely think it's worthy of discussion as it could signify significant changes to the Nintendo Switch in the future. So obviously, guys, Nintendo's working hard right now on the future versions of Nintendo Switch. Obviously, you have the original DS, you remember back in the day, the DS Lite, DSi, DSi XL or DSXL, you know what I'm saying, the bigger one. So the point is, Nintendo's always had a history of doing this, and you look at the home consoles, maybe not so much because the lifespans have been kind of short recently with the Wii U, right? And yeah, so I do think Nintendo Switch is going to be an exception here. I do think it's going to be a home console and a portable console, as we already know, but it's going to have definitely more versions, iterations than the Wii U had. And here's the first evidence we have here of the next version coming here. So in Nintendo Switch Firmware 5.0, which just got released here, and within the code here, we have data miners like usual. Usually, it's data miners who are leaking on this news recently. They found a reference to a newer SoC. If you don't know what an SoC is, that means system on a chip. Right now, the TEGRA X1 is a system on the chip for Nintendo Switch. Takes care of the CPU, the GPU, all the RAM, all that different stuff is really within the TEGRA X1. Although it does delegate some processes to other parts of the motherboard and the other part of the system on the chip, the TEGRA X1 handles most of the processing. That's how they were able to get the Nintendo Switch to be so small, compact, but also quite powerful as well. The TEGRA X1 is stronger than the Wii U, right? So that's how they were able to do it with the special TEGRA chips here. So in this firmware, the hackers here were able to find stuff that suggested that Nintendo is going to be using different SoCs. More specifically, a member of the Reset era, his name is Ethereos. He says that it's most likely being changed due to hardware vulnerabilities that makes hacking possible in all firmware versions. This turns means Nintendo Switch will probably use different SoCs. So this is interesting. It's not doing this for power reasons or future reasons. They're just doing this to prevent hacking. So I understand if this is Nintendo's intention, but I really hope they don't do a lateral move, right? Like the Tegra X1 or X2. I hope they go higher up to the next version. I forgot what it was called. But yeah, it's very interesting to see this. Hopefully Nintendo can bring us some more power, which would be very appreciated. For example, in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, the game is beautiful, the game is amazing, but there's times when the lack of power is quite evident. You know, there's times there's some pretty poor looking graphics and visuals, stuff of that nature. Also, even Breath of the Wild had some corners cut. There's some very low resolution textures at times. Obviously, the type of art in that game is very stylized and can kind of cover up a lot of the flaws. Nintendo's great at doing that. But in that specific game, you were able to see some graphical issues. So maybe Nintendo can kind of boost this thing. I remember back with the new Nintendo 3DS, there were specific games that would take advantage of the more improved SoC. For example, the new Nintendo 3DS had the Xenoblade Chronicles original ported there, but the 3DS was weaker, although only marginally, so the game only came to the new Nintendo 3DS here. So if that could be something Nintendo does with Nintendo Switch 2 or XL or Lite, whatever they call it. And I agree, man, that's probably not the best move. It's going to kind of screw over the consumers in the marketplace. So hopefully Nintendo doesn't do that, but at the same time, I'm just saying, I could see them doing it. You know, it makes sense from their perspective here. I want to take a quick look here. I'm at the comments, gotta stay with my current Switch, Smash 5, modding, version 6.0, X2, definitely, Beta TX2, real life Mario Kart, I like that. He's referring to graphical capabilities here. Hope they raise the clock speed. So people here are kind of for it. I'm definitely for it too, but hopefully, this is all I'm saying, Nintendo. If you want to make the games look better on that console than the original, that's fine. Just don't lock us out of games. That's really all I'm asking for, because in the past, with the new Nintendo 3DS, games like Xenoblade Chronicles was locked out to original 3DS owners. So that's really all I'm asking here. So here's Michael here with the SoC revision here. Switch Brew is the source here. So let's take a look here. So here is the code here. Here's the hacking stuff here. And yeah, if you're interested in that type of stuff, I'll have the information down below for you on that information. So I'll link you to the Twitter, or I'll link you to the article, I'll do something like that if you're interested in learning more about this. But overall, guys, I really hope you enjoyed that video. Let me know down below what you think about this. If you want to purchase the Nintendo Switch, now is a great time, because if you have to wait until the firmware 5.0 comes out, then you may not be able to mod your console anymore, as people are indicating down below. So make sure you get the Switch beforehand so you can mod it. So keep that in mind. So, really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe and like for daily news and reviews. And if you want to support me, I have links in the descriptions. Really hope you enjoyed that video, and thank you, and bye.